Welcome back to Oak Bridge Farm, episode 16. We're going to continue. We started on the previous episode logging because it's we got the sawmill when we purchased the outside of the map. Well, for nothing. Outside of the map was a free purchase, and it came with the sawmill, so we're kind of taking advantage of that. We can rack up some extra cash doing that. It's either that or do some contracts. We already did one of those. I think it's nice to mix it up here and do some logging. We're going to do a few more trees, get them down there. We're obviously not going to be able to fill the production completely. We got a couple logs there. The smaller ones we probably could throw on a trailer, so I'm kind of more concerned about getting the bigger ones. Let's see here. What's another good tree that would be good to knock down without... Obviously we want, like I said, we don't want too many limbs. We go up in the field here. These two look like a couple good ones. And later on, if we get a lot of brush, we could always... We actually didn't get any brush off that other one. I'll wax off pretty good if we grab the whole log. Yeah, let's go with this guy. Oh! It cut, but it didn't fall. We could hook our winch to it here, too. We do have to be careful because I think if there's a certain radius, it's actually, you can't even put it around the tree. Can we get it out of there? There we go. Get it out on the road here that we can cut the limbs and make it work. Otherwise we're going to get hung up on the other trees as we travel. Oops, we don't want that. We could take them in a couple logs. Let's see, the most straightest one with the tree will keep attached. It looks like that one. Maybe the two actually would be good. Whack this off. There we go. And de-limbing, as I mentioned in the previous episode as well, the limbing the trees on 25 is a lot more difficult than 25, or excuse me, 22. 22 is a lot easier. You'd whack it down, run it straight up the tree branches, and you'd basically get all the extra limbs and foliage off. Made it real easy, but this is a little bit difficult. That actually didn't go too bad there. Yeah, I think I got most of them here. It seems like this branch here does not want to clear out for us, unfortunately. You can tell that it's 2D versus the other 3D segments on the tree. I guess if it has to stay, it has to stay. Unfortunate. But we did get most of them. Let's see here. So we should be able to... I think we'll be able to bring that... at the bottom one there, but let's see, which one was the one we couldn't carry. That's the one we'll bring with us. Excellent. Let's run this down. See where it gets us. Probably should have cut some more limbs off of this. I'm going to drive in the neighbor's field now. Make sure we don't get hooked. The The physics are kind of goofy yet on trees, I will say that, when you're hauling them like this. It shouldn't be swinging to the left so much. It should be kind of dragging more behind us, but it's definitely veering to the right. See if we can swing through this fence. I don't know if we're gonna get through there. Let's go down to the corner. There might be just a little bit more room on that corner. That we can chop it up too with the chainsaw. Ooh, that was close. I wish that fence wasn't there. It seems kind of stupid to have that there. I wonder if Oxygen David didn't really think about that. I mean, it gives it personality, but trying to get trees and stuff in here is ridiculous. I guess we're not really supposed to be bringing like entire trees. We need to really be making logs out of them. Okay, here we go. Added to the collection. We are at... Yeah, we're producing. We almost got a pallet spawning here too. Yeah, we'll get a few more. Load this up a little bit. Like I said, I don't think we're going to get to 140. It's fine. It's just going to be a little extra income to throw us up over the edge since we get it all for free. Sawmill. It'd be nice if there was a way to take this fence down. Maybe... see if we can delete it, maybe. We can delete the actual sawmill, but we can't... Let's see... demolition mode? Ooh, yes, we can! No, it's part of the sawmill. Dang it. If we do that, it's going to sell the building with it. Unfortunate. We got a pallet that spawned, look at that. Yeah, that's not good. I guess we'll have to make do. And we'll just have to roll with the punches, if you will. Oh yeah, let's see if we can. Let's see. I think we can take these trees down. Like I said, I just don't know how much of that I want to do. Kind of taken away from the personality of the area, but... let's go. Let's take this one down. You're not allowed to cut this tree. So that answers that question. What about this guy over here? I knew that we would do this. Same thing. Yep, we're not allowed to do that. It's kind of fine, because I didn't really want to do that. I was maybe willing to get rid of one of them. But I guess we can't do it. So we will go ahead and do a time lapse here. We'll cut a few trees down and get these stacked up. I think this will be our last load here. We did go back and forth a few times. Wasn't a crazy amount, but we did get a bunch of trees put in. We'll see what our total is here. We got 2 pallets already that are spawned. Those are supposed to deliver in July, so we may have to run the... That's another thing, getting the skid steer up here to load those. There we go. See what our total is here. I guess we got 32,000 already. A decent amount here. I mean, 34,515. So yeah, we're gonna run that. I mean, that's almost, yeah, it's a quarter of the way of 140,000. We can, like I said, we can do it again later. It's already a $10,000 bump with just what we processed, the 2 pallets. Let's return that winch. There we go. We'll head back to the farm. Yeah, that looks great. And then I think we'll take a nap. We'll see where things are at. We're probably actually going to be doing the spinach here first cut. If not next month, the month after. We're pretty close on that. It's foggy down here this evening, I guess. About 3 o'clock. Okay, here we are. We have arrived. Let's just see where things are at before we advance. I think I need to turn this tractor on again and dump. It looks like our spinach is at growth stage 4 out of 7, but I think, like I said, it might skip a little bit when you... It almost seems like it was going 2 months ahead. We did get a little hail damage, unfortunately. Let's check up on our other field here as well. This one looks really good. Our green beans. We made this field scratch. That's always exciting. This hay windrower would be very nice if we got to do our grass area, but we're not there yet. We got to get a lot more money. We got to get out of debt, get things banked up. I actually think I actually want to get a regular combine maybe before we do the grass bales and stuff. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and advance. A little rainy this morning here in June. Yes, and it looks like our spinach is indeed ready to harvest. The first harvest. We do get 2 out of this. It's very nice. How is our production doing with our wood? It's a little bit more of a process. Again, that won't sell until next month in July. We'll do that on the next episode. Oh, that's actually probably gonna get us out of debt easily. Just with the wood alone, we're almost up to 40,000 there. We still got a lot more to run. That was a good call by the viewers. Looks like the rain's gonna stop before 10 a.m. So we're gonna actually wait before we harvest, because we're obviously not gonna want to lose our bonus. We're actually not gonna get our full yield because there's some bad pH in areas. Again, we limed the field before precision farming came out, so we didn't get to take advantage of all that. So we're a little shy in the area. We're probably going to have to get everything all limed up after we harvest second yield on that. Go ahead and get everything ready, I guess, while we wait for the rain. All set with that. And the spinach harvester. And we're gonna have to just chill for a little bit, I think, until the rain lets up. We could actually start up on top here. Climb up our big hill. Yeah, that with the tracks you don't sink down as far in the mud. Okay, let's wait out the rain. Excellent. The rain's quit right before 10 a.m. I wonder if that next farm sim, if they're gonna like penalize you. You know, just rain, obviously, all this would be wet, so you wouldn't really want to harvest it at that time. Realism's awesome, but it would be a lot of setbacks, I think. Trying to make things work. We didn't check the sales today either, not that we can afford anything, but yeah, nothing new. I still like to keep an eye on it. It's interesting to see what pops up. Okay, what I think we're going to do is we're going to get to harvesting here. Get a little time lapse going, and then we'll get this off to the production, the preserve factory.
Canvas painted in shades, golden crops sway in the breeze, bending low on aching knees. Beneath the sun the labor calls, echoes of struggle through these walls, ancient rites of this old land. In grip and dirt in hand, fields of gold and dreams untold, blood and toil in this endless fold. Hear the cries from dawn till night, harvest time in a world of fight. Beneath the stars, the silence speaks. Every furrow, every peak. Story of the working man, written in the earth in strands. Whispers of the wind's old song. Harvest time, we can't be wrong. Grains of hope in our embrace. Life's a battle we all must face. Fields of gold and dreams untold, blood and toil in this endless fold. Hear the cries from dawn till night, harvest time in a world of fight.
One thing we notice here with precision farming in the upper left, it actually tells you your percentage of your yield. Awesome, and also shows it in the mini map down there as well. But I've never on the 22 they didn't have that up in the corner where you're currently harvesting and what you. I think the one on the far right is your total. The thing is, like, not showing in acres, it's hectares, is it? But they gotta update that. I'm sure they'll have an update where that goes to acres. It's kind of hard, meaningless for us right now, but I guess you can just see the yield. Obviously, we can go and look at the map here too, under the precision farming, and yeah, the yield here. And you can kind of see. I guess there's not like a. Oh, here's the meter. Yeah, so obviously the darker green, the higher the yield. 120 there, 115. Makes it a little more realistic, you know, so you're like, you're not always getting the same every spot you're over, you know. Okay, let's get the last of this topped up. I suppose we could have just delivered that because we're going to get all on anyway. That filled up. We'll run this on over to the production. 36,000 here. And again, that was the first harvest. We're going to have another harvest. You can do it twice. Nice thing about spinach, but you actually don't get as much as you would with something like peas, which is crazy. The amount you get with peas. Like I said, I just don't really like that harvester because it doesn't hold a lot. You're constantly having to dump. And then also the pipe out on it is not hot, really high enough even for a trailer like this, unfortunately. So we probably will end up getting rid of that, I'm thinking, and then we'll get a regular combine, but we'll get this year's harvest done first and we'll see where we're at. We'll get these bags started right away. Spinach bags. And the rest of it. Another 8,565. That's actually a good amount there too after a full load. And we'll times that by 2 because like I said, you get a double harvest on it. Although the next harvest will probably be a little bit less because we will have weeds. We could run the weeder on it, I think, but we'll see how crazy it is. It's even worth doing. Let's try to go in the reverse way here once. Maybe it'll be better if we went in the back way and then come out the front here that we normally would. But right here is the tricky part, especially with the weight on the front. Ooh. Yeah, that's very tight. So I don't think that's really going to work out very well either. I think we're just better off just turning instead of going around in a loop. We'll dump the rest of this. Let's see if we can maybe flatten that out a little bit. I think that's the half of the thing that gets us is out of it looking too crazy and bad. Yeah, let's do the... It says not enough. We gotta get money again. I was thinking we had money. We don't. We'll do it some other time. Okay, yeah, so we got 44,350 to process into spinach bags. And actually, our peas are going to be close to having to get picked as well. Actually, next month, in July, those should be ready to go. Probably hit those on the next episode as well. We will sell some planks. I don't think they're all going to be processed, but they are supposed to sell in July, so we'll do that for sure. Our loan is still 55,000. We're going to be out of debt very soon. Probably in the next episode, we'll get those boards delivered. Pay off some more of our debt. Hopefully get free and clear of that, and we can, like I said, we got to get our... I want to do the manure pit. Then we got to buy some bales, straw bales. We can have the bedding for that to work. Alright, we'll leave it there, and we'll see you guys on the next one.